In today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I've been hearing about this entire year. If you're hearing a noise, it's the radiator. That's what I looked over at. There's nothing I can do about it. So I keep hearing about the chosen ones or the 144,000 or the Josephs or the, in my main Bible, he's called Jonas. In other Bibles, he's called Jonah. I keep hearing about just different parts of the Bible this year. Like, for example, during the eclipse on April 8th, I was in Cleveland for that. And that particular eclipse passed through every Nineveh in this country, which Nineveh was a very intricate part of Jonas. Now, I always call him Jonas because the Bible that I've read for a good portion of my adult life, his name is Jonas in this book. I think it's closer to Aramaic than some of the others. And I kept hearing the entire time, my name is Jonas, my name is Jonas, for the entire lead up to the eclipse and a couple days after the eclipse. And my life was torn apart that week. Torn apart. I kind of saw it coming. I was kind of warned about it coming. So I kind of knew it was coming. I didn't know just how much it was going to be torn to shreds. And if you've been noticing this stuff this year, if you've been hearing about this stuff this year, possibly it may have some indication that you are a, quote, chosen one or something like that. I don't know. But I do know a lot of people who have gone through this year and are just like, what the heck, was this year? So if you are watching this and you've made it this far and you're hearing the radiators sound like it's going to take off from like a rocket, you're not the only one. You're not the only one trying to explain what the heck has been going on this year. And it's weird because if I go back to my earlier life when I was in third grade, I actually wrote this paper. We had to write a paper about like where we expected our life to go or something. I don't know the exact reason for writing this paper, but in this paper I wrote, at the age of 42, I was going to have my life completely torn apart. And this is when I was in third grade. And the teachers were looking at me like, what the hell, what is this guy? And I was in Catholic school at the time, and like, they probably did something, whatever. And that I would most likely live to 125. And so I can't speak to the 125 yet, but I can tell you when I turned 42, that was 2022, my life started getting torn to pieces. And this year made my 42nd year just look like child's play. But now it's been on a steady incline of everything that I've been told so far. There's one more thing. There's one more piece of this pie. There's one more piece of this pie that I was told that would be a part of my life for the rest of my life. But everything else that I was told would happen has happened. Now you saw the faith video that I did, my only other video, and I was talking about living by faith, and I haven't had a choice this year. I really have not had a choice this year. This year has just been like, you either live by faith or you die. There is like no other in between whatsoever this year. It has been, I have literally had days where I've been in the fetal position on the ground crying like crazy. Like I can't even understand. And I'm not somebody that has ever been an emotional person at all, other than for this last 2 years. It has just been insane. And to watch people around me just fall off, and that there's, other people that are supposed to be coming back, and I keep getting told and showing signs that they're going to come back. And, I have to have faith that that's true, even though everything exteriorly is pointing to the opposite of that. I have to just live by faith. And I think in the point of this video, those of us who have gone through this, I don't think you can be a chosen one and have a charmed life. When you watch these like perfect Christians out there, or everything's perfect for everything works out for them, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think the people who are really of God are tested like crazy. Look at Job. Look at all the Old Testament. I mean, if you read the Old Testament, it's almost like a hate letter to us. I'm not trying to get struck down here or nothing, but like, it is just like, you people suck. Like, this is what I want you to do. Why aren't you doing this? Blah, blah, blah. And I feel like, and this is not a prophetic word or anything. Maybe it is. If it is, God can take credit for that. I'm not trying to lead anybody astray here. So if this is a prophetic word, it's all on him. I'm washing my hands clean of this. I do not want to march anybody down the wrong path. But what I have been told and shown in videos, because every night I'm like, please guard my dreams, because they've been crazy, and please guard my social media. Only allow me to see and have discernment to watch what I'm supposed to get knowledge from. So from a lot of this stuff, I've been given crazy knowledge and things that I shouldn't even know on situations that I was in earlier this year and why they happened, and situations last year and why they happened and everything, and other people that might be peeking into my life that really shouldn't be. And it's just been insane. And I think from what I have gathered, those of us that are of the chosen, who are going to be the warriors or whatever, I don't know what our exact thing is, I have no idea, but the chosen ones have been put through hell. The last 5 years of mine have been don't know how I made it through. I mean, even my own parents are like, I don't know how you made it through everything that you made it through. I would have gone crazy and probably, unalived myself. I mean, it has been insane. And if you have been through this, we've all been through it through different means. But if you have been through this, I'm going to say you're not alone. That does absolutely nothing for anybody. It's just kind of like getting a hug from somebody, but there's one person in this planet that you really want to get a hug from, and it's not from them. So it really, you know what I mean? It's great. It's a hug, but it's not the hug that you wanted, but it might not do a whole lot, but maybe if, people type in the comment section down below, maybe a little bit of what they've been through. A lot of, like, I don't want to talk about it all yet because I've been told not to talk about it, but I don't have one sitting here. Actually, if you can look back right there, there's 2 of the notebooks that I have filled. There's 4 of them of this year, and I've been told to document it, and then I'm probably going to be writing a book about it, or doing videos about it at some point, or both. And wow, what a year. So if you are coming to the end of the year and you're saying, wow, what a year, you're not the only one. Now, does this mean everybody's a chosen one? I have no idea. You have to believe in Jesus. You have to believe in God. I actually call him Yahweh and Yeshua. I think that's a little more accurate, but I don't really think it matters all that much, especially seeing how we've been largely lied to about a lot of things. I'm going to talk about the Bible and some of the lies over the course of the videos that I'm doing on here. It's just not the video for it. But if you have really gone through it this year, and I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm just like, okay, like, here we are, some of the stuff. I mean, I saw a demon in my house this year. Twice, 3 times, and it was connected to 2 of them were actually, all 3 were connected to somebody else, and when they left, it left with them. And it started off on the first day of going into the first day of the year. It started, and it's just been like, holy, So if this kind of describes your year, I know I've been very benign or whatever, not 100% telling the story here, but if this has been your year, this has just been like, wow. Anyways, this has led me to the conclusion that the chosen ones are going to go through it for the amount of time that they got to go through it, and then everything is going to just go into their favor. And the problem that you might run into is most of your life, probably things have never gone to your favor, or the things that did go to your favor were like such secondary things that you wanted to happen. It wasn't even funny. And so when things start coming into your life that you actually want to start happening, you're like, well, this isn't gonna happen. You know, like me personally, I got 44 years of like it just being like secondary or thirdary, you know, like things happening, and not all the things that I wanted to actually happen are starting to like just happen almost effortlessly. So you really have to keep that in mind, that like once it does start happening, once you do start getting that favor or whatever you want to call it, it will just happen without your input, and you are probably not used to that. You are probably not used to that at all. It's probably been, I don't know, for an example, you might have been like homeless or something like that. And this was to teach you how to take care of money. You're going to be given a little bit more, and then you're going to take care of that, and everything, you know, like it'll spiral, and then just be given more and more and more and more. And you know, the glory all goes to God, and God wants the glory, and I'm fine with that, because you know, if he's going to take the glory, then everything crazy that happened, it wasn't me either. So I am fine with that. Yeah. I mean, I could just keep repeating myself, and I probably will make just more videos like this, just because it really, that repetition is like, you are worth what you're being told that you're going to get. You are worth whatever it is that promise is. You are actually worth that, but you had to be shown that, because you've been shown otherwise your entire life, and now you're being shown like, hey, these were trials, tribulations, for a testimony, for glory of God. And a lot of people, you know, will fall off, and they won't reach maybe that potential. I don't know. You know, I'm not God, so I don't make that call. But if you're coming to the end of the year and you're like, what was that? You know, like, chances are maybe you're one of the chosen, maybe you're just being put through trials because something's coming. Maybe, and I think in the last case of this, the last thing that I think is supposed to happen, that I've been promised, that I've been told, that it's not even thinking, that I know is going to happen, I just don't know when or how, is such a detriment to Satan that he just it's trying everything to get it to not happen, and I'm not having it. So I've just been saying, God told me this would happen. Hopefully this video made some sense to you. I've been told not to talk about certain things yet, so I'm not talking about them, but I did want to talk about what I talked about with, if you are going through this, chances are that you're a chosen one. But again, I'm not a prophet. I don't want to lead anybody astray. But I will say this, that you just have to have faith, and that's like the hardest thing in the world, right? It's like wind. You can't see it, but you can see the effect of it. And you believe in wind, you know? So that's the video. That really is. Again, like I said earlier, maybe mention something that you've been through down in the comments section, maybe get a thing going. I'm not really too into praying for people yet, but if there's somebody who wants to, you know, start praying for people, maybe start that in the comments. That just probably not, I don't know. I'm not going to say 100%, that's just not my thing, but I'm going to say right now 100%, it's just not my thing. Anyway, that's the video. Anyway, comments, questions, whatever, down below. Like, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next video. But if this video would help somebody that you know, share it, because that helps me a lot more than the algorithm. Anyway, talk to you in the next one. Peace.